Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Premi Coders. Today we are discussing some new features of Java 11. In my previous video I have given you introduction about Java 11 and two features about Java 11, and now in this video I will be discussing the next new feature. So here in this video I have covered three features. One is related to the collection utility, collection function, and then another one is the input output file read, which is a very important change and enhancement, you can say new feature. And then another one is with the string, the new four methods which are introduced in the string class. So with that, let's get started with our implementation and the code changes functionality of the Java 11 new features. A new function is introduced in a collection utility. So there's a method, two-array method till now in the collection utility. So when we have to convert a list or set to an array, we have to provide either a lambda method, because we just need to provide size of the array. So the way is either do something like new if it is of type string, and then some this, and then give zero size. So this doesn't mean, so what it does, let's say if my list contains three elements, so now I am iterating here, I am iterating 100 times, and when I do this call like to array with new string 0, this doesn't mean the array which I am getting is of size 0 or will have only one element. It will just copy all of the 100 element, and this array will be of size 100, but still here we are providing string 0. So this is a kind of discrepancy, because it's a limitation which was there. Also, what I can do if I don't want to do this, what I have to do is like I can do list dot size. So this way also it will work, which will give me clear idea like I am copying whole of the list. So the whole point is here I am providing the format like, okay, data type, and this will be the array and it's the size. So this size doesn't matter in any ways when I'm using two array method. So to remove this kind of thing in Java 11, they have introduced a new method which takes integer function. So basically you can say a method reference and just convert it. So in Java 11 now it will be looking something like this. So here I am not specifying any size. I am just specifying this is my data type, this is the array, and it is just instantiating this string array. And what will be the size of the array? The size of the array will be the same as list size. So that's the one function which is introduced in Java 11, and it's more of a modification and enhancement with in the sense of performance also, and in the sense of uh, you can say readability and understandability. Comes to read and write from files in Java, we have multiple classes like input for input and for output, and like we have file utilities also. So we have multiple classes like file, file reader, file writer, input stream, output stream, buffer reader, buffer writer. So there are multiple classes. So like if I want to read in bits and bytes, then I can use file reader, file writer. If I want to write in using character array, then I can use probably output and input stream. There are methods in that, and using different characters array, integer array. But if I want to use buffering so that I can enhance performance, so I have multiple buffer readers and writer also. But there's no method which can directly read and write in form of string. So any which ways, when we are going to write in a file or read from a file, so what we have to do first, we have to create this buffer reader writer or input output stream. We have to open it providing the file name, path, and then we have to read it using bytes in the form of byte array or in the form of character array. And if we want to use like line to read line by line, then you have to use buffer reader. And then what you have to do first, you have to create input stream, then you have to create a buffer reader, and then pass that input stream to buffer reader. So this is a whole lot of logic which you have to write, and then convert that to the string or line or integer or float, whatever. And then at the time after, once you are done, you have to close it also. So with these all constraints, it's become very hard, and you can say a hectic thing to do. So in Java 11, a new simple method is introduced, like write string and read string directly. So here what you have to do, like in this example which I am showing you, so what you have to do, this is the files class in which we have to method read string and write string. So in write string, I have to just provide the file path. So right now I have make use of create temp file path, and then this path of function, and then we provide file name, prefix and suffix, and then the text which I want to write, the string, because this method is write string. So what this does do, it will just create the file if it does not exist in the specified path with the specified name, and then open buffer, input buffer, output buffer stream, and then convert this string to the character array, byte array, and then write those byte array into the file, and then close the file, save it, and all these things. So all those things which we have to do manually until now will be handled by this method. So you can say it's a wrapper for all those functionality. We don't have to write same code again and again, or create a utility class by ourselves and make use of it in the method or in our application. Similarly, there is a read function which will directly read the file and this method returns the file path, the path where file exists and content you have written over it. So this method just need the file path from where you need to read, and then it will just open it, go to that location, and if file is there or not, check that if it is available there, opens it, create output buffer, input buffer, and then read the file using that byte array, and then convert those byte array to the string, and then return string to us. Like if you go to this method, that's how Java implemented it. You can see like it is available since Java 11, and then see this read string method. It just use character char set UTF-8, and then we go to this read string method. See, first is just check these values should not be null, then it converts it into the byte, that file, and then just go to this method and then write it. So there are multiple different implementation. So read it. There are multiple implementation over it. So it just read those bytes and return it in the form of string after converting this to string. So if you go to this read all bytes method, see here what it was doing, just opening an input stream and using this byte channel path, and then reading everything byte by byte and returning it. There are multiple things which we have to handle. Buffering and all is handled by Java itself. Similar thing, similar behavior is done for write string also. So if you go to this method and you see this again, since 11 it is available, and then write string method, first check the provided arguments are not null, then convert that string to the byte array, and then now write this byte array to the file using the output string. So that's a very, I will say like a very useful feature enhancement which is provided by Java 11. We, 4 new methods are introduced for a string. So this is the string method class and the main method. So I have created these 4 custom methods to check the behavior of those 4 methods which are newly introduced in Java 11. So let's get to the first method, which is repeat method. When you see this repeat method, what does this repeat do? It's basically what is mentioned by term repeat. So when you do repeat, it will repeat the word, the string as many as time you mention it. So the syntax is something like, when root is a string, I will do root dot repeat, and here in the argument I will provide how many times I need to repeat that string. So the new string which I will got in the resultant is the repetition of this root string in that time multiplied by that times. So when my root is, say right now is hello, so if I do root dot repeat 4 times, so this repeated will be hello, 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 4 times hello. So that's the new functionality. You don't need to loop over when you have to repeat the strings. You just make use of repeat function. Now, so there's one more thing, like you can also provide zero argument. So that what zero will do, it will not repeat it. Here it will be the empty string. So okay, let's. I will run all of the four methods at the same time in the main method. The next method is the strip method. So this strip method, what it does, it will just remove the white spaces available in the string. So earlier we will say like we have trim method, why don't we use that? It will also remove the spaces and white spaces. So the problem here is when when you are dealing with multilingual, so or if you are using Unicodes in your string, or if you are using a string of multi-language, then this string functionality will not work, because the string functionality, remember there's one thing, there are Unicode, so what does trim functionality do? Trim functionality will actually handle the white spaces till Unicode 0020. So the white spaces which comes under the range, I mean below, whose Unicode is less than 0020 are removed by trim, but above that are not removed by trim. So like you can see in this example which we have on the screen, Unicode 2001 is also a space character, but trim method is not able to remove it, while our strip method can remove this. So that's the one thing which Java 11 has introduced. Earlier, when we are creating a web application, and in that web application many times it happens because of multiple Unicode characters and using multilingual characters will come in our code. So they are actually space, nothing more than that, a white space, which does not have any meaning. We need to remove them. In that scenario, trim doesn't work. So we have to actually specify some if conditions, some set of the strings, and compare it. If it is available in the string, we remove it. That's how we handle this thing. Now in Java 11, we don't need to use it. We can just directly use a string. So let's go to the next method. It is blank, is blank. So similarly, like it will check if the string is blank or not. In before Java 11, we have is empty method. So why do we need is blank? So is blank is similar to what is empty. The main difference is, what is the difference between trim and strip? So that is only the Unicode thing. The strip and is blank method, both method takes care of the Unicodes. So if your the white spaces Unicode is less than 0020, then trim and is empty method will work. But if it is more than that and it's a space, then trim and this is empty method will not work. So in that scenario, we can make use of a strip and is blank. So you can see right here we are using Unicode 2005, which is again a space. But trim is empty method will not check it. It will consider it as some character, and our is empty will return false. But here is blank will return true, because this is a white space. Now there is again a new method, lines, introduced by Java. And what this lines method do, as you can see here, it will just split the string. So like we have a split method. In this split method, if I provide underscore like backslash n, so my string will be splitted by this backslash n character, and then I will get multiple lines in that string. But if my string has backslash r, then how will I deal with? I will have to specify that also in my split function as a regex. So in that case, to get rid of this, we can directly make use of lines method. This. So what lines method do? It will just handle both backslash and backslash r. So if anything of them is present in the string will be splitted. I mean, you can say cropped from that point, and then you will get an array of multiple lines, multiple string uh, with that split character, or you can say backslash n and backslash r white spaces. So this is all about these four methods which are introduced in Java 11. Let's run this program. Okay, so let's do one thing. First, I will what I will do. First, I will, instead of strip, let's use string here, so that we can understand how and what is the difference between these methods, because these two are the comparative one. And while this is, I don't think it can be compared to split, because split you have to specify the characters regex by which you have to split. Here you don't need to specify that. And here it's just all in all a new function which is not available in the string. Okay, so now if we run this program, see here what is the output. We have executed this program using trim and is empty. So first we go to the repeated method, and in the repeated method you will see, like here I have printed out root, which is simply hello, so I get hello in the console. And then the next time I am printing repeated, where I have repeated it 4 times, so in the console I am getting 4 times hello. And then in no repetition, I have repeated it 0 times, I am getting space. Okay, so now this is simple and clear. And now let's go to the trim. So I have my string hello with some Unicode character, which is actually white space. So I am using trim, and this is my output string and printing it out. So here I am getting hello with, see, this white space. When I click on it, there is one space here. By default, when I click on it, so see, if I click here, I will just getting at the end. Here just end. But here the end is not near to hello, it's one space. So trim is not able to remove this space. Now the next method is blank. So isBlank method, let's see here, I am getting false, see, because it is again considering this as some character. And if we go to the multi-string lines, our example, it just have splitted with this slash n also, and then slash r also, while the spaces which are present in the string are still mentioned, because lines will just split by the backslash n and backslash r, it will not remove spaces. Trim and is empty to strip and is blank. So let's see what will happen when I execute this. Like first and last method is clear, we will just go to these two methods directly. So here hello with this Unicode, if we click here, see, now this space is removed, and also you can see like this is blank is returning me true. So this is the basic difference between these two methods. I hope you understand and it is clear now. Thank you everyone for watching this video. I hope you understand the three new features which I have introduced in this video, and they are pretty simple. And in the next video, I will be discussing the rest of the feature. Till then, keep learning and stay tuned. And please like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you like it. Thank you.